friends, today I'm going to show you how to crochet this cute little facial scrubby pattern. It is a step-by-step video tutorial showing you how to crochet it in full, and if you'd like, I highly recommend following along with the written pattern instructions that are free on my blog, or if you want a printable version, I have a PDF version for sale in my shop. So those will be linked in the description box below, and I hope you'll enjoy making these. For this project, I recommend using 100% cotton yarn. This is medium weight 4, and I'm also using a 5mm crochet hook. Alright, so let's get started. For round 1, you're going to begin with a magic ring. In the magic ring, you're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3 chains. Then you're going to insert 12 double crochets into the ring. So that's 1 double crochet, 2, 3, 4. Once you have your 12 double crochets in the ring, you're going to pull the yarn end tight. And what that does is close up your ring. Then you're going to join with a slip stitch to the first double crochet that you made. The chain 3 is just going to give her a round height. It's not going to count as a double crochet. So I'm going into the first double crochet that I've made and pulling through for a slip stitch. That joins my round. Let's go ahead and begin round 2. For round 2, we're going to start with a beginning cluster in the first stitch. Here's what it's going to look like. You're going to chain 3 first. That's 3 chains. Then this next part you're going to repeat 3 times. So you're going to yarn over, insert your hook into that same stitch, yarn over and pull through the loop. Then you're going to yarn over and go through 2 loops on the hook. So that's 1 and 2. That was 1 repetition. We're going to do that a total of 3 times. So let's do it 2 more. Yarn over, insert your hook into that same stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, go through 2 loops. Then we're going to do that for the last repetition. Yarn over, insert your hook into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, go through 2 loops. Now you should have 4 loops on your hook, and you're going to go ahead and yarn over, pulling through all 4 loops. And that creates the beginning cluster. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to chain 1. Then you're going to insert a regular cluster and a chain 1 in each of the next 11 stitches in the round. We're going to join with a slip stitch to the top of the beginning cluster. So let me show you some of the repetitions here. For the regular cluster, you're just going to yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, or the stitch you want to go into, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on your hook. And we're going to repeat that 4 times total. So that was the first repetition. Now we're going to do it again. Yarn over, insert hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, go through 2 loops. All right, that was the second repetition. Let's go for number 3 here. And number 4. When you finish the 4th repetition, you should have 5 loops on your hook. What you're going to do is yarn over and pull through all 5 loops. Then you're going to make a chain. And we're going to move on to the next stitch. So yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, go back in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, go through 2 loops. And you're going to keep repeating this 4 times for each of these clusters for a total of 5 loops on your hook, and then go through all 5. Then a chain to finish. So this is going to be done all the way across, and when you get to the end, I'll show you how to slip stitch to join. Here I've made clusters all the way around, and so we're going to finish up round 2 by joining with a slip stitch to the top of the first cluster, or the beginning cluster. So that's right here. So I'm going to go in and pull through for a slip stitch. Once you've done that, you have finished round 2 of the pattern, and we're going to move on to round 3. For round 3, you're just going to chain 1 and then single crochet in the same stitch. Then you're going to insert 2 single crochets in the chain 1 gap. Okay? So that's going to be this next gap right here. I'm going to put my hook right in between the 2 clusters, and I'm going to make 2 single crochets. So I have 1 sitting on top of the beginning cluster so far, and 2 single crochets in between the first and the second cluster. Now we're going to repeat this around. We're going to insert 1 single crochet on the next cluster, then insert 2 single crochets in the chain 1 gap, so 2 in between the clusters. And once you go all the way around, you will have 36 stitches in this round. And we'll be joining at the end with a slip stitch to the top of the first single crochet, and I'll show you how that's done. So here in the next one, I'm going to insert a single crochet on top of the cluster. Then I'm going to put 2 single crochets in between the cluster, 1 on top of the next cluster, 2 single crochets in between, in other words, in the chain 1 gap, 1 on top of the next cluster, and then 2 in the chain 1 gap. Again, you're going to work this repetition all the way around. At the end here, you're going to join with a slip stitch to the very first single crochet of the round, like so. And my tension is a little tight right now, so I see that my piece is curling up slightly. What you can do if that's a problem for yours as well is to sort of stretch it out with your fingers gently to get your scrubby to kind of relax and lay flat. All right, so that was round number 3. Now it's time for round number 4. And round number 4 is going to be the last round of this scrubby. You can actually stop here if you'd like your scrubby to be a small size. And this can be a nice smaller facial scrubby, but if you want to add the last round, it will provide some cute little frills and texture to your scrubby. So like this, it is a simple circle, but with the last round, it'll look like a flower. So here's how you're going to do the last round. We're going to chain 2 to start. Then you're going to insert a small cluster in the next stitch. This is what a small cluster looks like. You're going to yarn over, insert your hook into that specified stitch, yarn over and pull through, yarn over, go through 2 loops. Then you're going to repeat that twice, so yarn over, insert your hook into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, go through 2 loops. You should have 3 loops on your hook after you do those 2 repetitions. And what you'll do at the end is yarn over, pull through all 3 loops on the hook. Then you're going to, after making the small cluster, you're going to chain 2 and simply single crochet in the next stitch. And this is what you're going to repeat around. So you're going to chain 2, insert a small cluster into the next stitch. So again, that's yarn over, pull through a loop, yarn over, go through 2 loops, yarn over, go into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through a loop, yarn over, go through 2 loops, then yarn over, go through all 3 loops. Then chain 2 and single crochet in the next stitch. As you can see, your piece will start forming these little petals on the ends, and we're going to repeat that around so that the petals go around the entire piece. So here I am making a small cluster, chain 2 and single crochet in the next stitch, chain 2, small cluster in the next stitch, chain 2 and single crochet in the next stitch. Following instructions for round 4, you will have ended with 2 chains at the very end, and what you'll do is simply slip stitch and attach it to where you started your round. So you can see here that I started here with the chains for this round, so I'm going to end in that same spot. Just going into that stitch and pulling through with a slip stitch. Now you can snip off your yarn end, and you're going to go ahead and weave in the ends. You're also going to weave in this little tail over here. Once you finish weaving in the ends, you are all done with your scrubby and it'll be ready for use. Thanks so much for watching and happy crocheting. Bye now!